The 5 videos I'm about to show you made me over $1 million for my e-commerce coaching business. And I know it might sound crazy because you're gonna see that the videos have anywhere between 5 and 50K views only. However, I'm gonna dissect why they're converting so well and what you can do for your coaching business or agency to actually convert like crazy from a personal brand. So the first one over here is a part of a group call where a student basically started doubting my system and basically was showing that he doesn't really trust my system overall. And this is exactly how I handled it.
That I'm not unproductive. It's that I'm doubting the way that you're showing me, and I'm always trying to put something from me inside to make me feel a little bit smart. And I know it's wrong, and I'm trying to do what you're telling me to do, and I don't know why.
But I have a question. But I'm just curious. How many successful businesses have you built so far?
None. That's
so
the
why
thing.
do you trust yourself?
So that was probably the best thing I could have said here, because obviously he has no clue what he's doing and he's saying, I want to put my things into your strategy and stuff like that. And I just ask him, how many businesses have you built so far? None. So why the fuck do you trust yourself? Who are you to be able to dictate what you're doing? You have no say in the things you're doing. And that's a moment which just resonates a lot with a bunch of people, because obviously everybody who's doing dropshipping is gonna do his own stuff. Like they follow their strategy because they don't have a mentor yet. So they start following their own strategy and they basically get caught up in it. And this is something which calls everybody out directly. Everybody's gonna feel like, fuck man, this guy's right.
That's
so
the
why
thing.
do you trust yourself? Why do you trust why do you listen to yourself? Since when do we listen to people who didn't do the thing which you want to do?
Yeah, you're right. I know you're right. Yeah.
But like the same thing which applies to me telling you don't listen to, I don't know, your best friend who's telling you constantly that dropshipping is bullshit. It's not a real example, but let's imagine the same thing goes to you. You don't know. You have no clue what's going on. You understand? Like you cannot evaluate anything right now. Nothing you do right now is like, you see it from the wrong perspective in general. So don't trust yourself.
Okay.
If a billionaire comes to me and tells me, do this, I don't listen to myself because I have not made $1 billion yet.
So yeah, basically you get the point. However, what happened also in the same group call was that another guy who already was super successful jumped in and said exactly the same. So basically it was a group call and he gave me super strong social proof where he basically already followed the strategy. It did work. And let's take a look what happened here and also how I've put it into this YouTube video. This is my student Arman, and he made over $200,000 with his dropshipping store. And I actually have 2 interviews already uploaded to the YouTube channel, which I'm gonna link in the end card of this video.
I would literally, bro, just follow like to the T exactly what Michael says. Or, like this is an issue that you have as well. But for me, and I think with Michael too, it's hard to like motivate yourself, especially when you're, you know, become complacent. So I've been with Michael in the mentorship for, call it 6 to 9 months, something like that. Prior to that, I had tried it for a 1.5 years, 2 years, and it was super unsuccessful. I'd never even made 1 sale. You know what I'm saying? Not even 1 person bought from any of the stores products that I made. Super unmotivated, like fuck this shit don't work, like, you know, blah blah blah. And then when I joined with Michael, I knew I didn't know how to do it because I had been trying for so long and it never worked. And I just listened to exactly word for word what he was saying and the process that he gave out, and that's when it started changing for me. I don't know if that's what you're not doing. I don't know what your situation is, but I would just try to, you know what I'm saying, just try to follow exactly what he says. Don't add anything, any of your own input into it. And again, what's the worst that can happen? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
This video is just so powerful. You need to make sure that you record all your coaching sessions with all your students, because over the years, you're gonna have a bunch of these coming up. Like every couple of weeks, you're gonna have a moment where you just destroy somebody. And this is the thing which you have to clip and upload to YouTube. It's super important. And this is something which can be used as an ad as well. People who know my face, I can just literally clip that as a retargeting video and just show it to them, and because they feel called out, that's what actually is converting. So I can literally turn this into a really good ad as well. You have to look at your program and notice when a moment like this is happening. And how you notice this is 2 things. Number 1 is the reactions of the other students. So if it's a group call, everybody's gonna go crazy in the chat and basically is gonna comment on the thing. It just needs to spark emotions. And this is what it did. So the next video is a really interesting one, which is how to do your dropshipping taxes, complete guide for 2023. However, it was 2022 and then I changed it to 2023. Basically, I posted like a year ago and just changed it. So what's super interesting about this is not even the content itself. Like the things I'm saying are good, but it's whatever. It's not what made this video stick out so well to all the other videos. So what made this video so good is the title and the nature of it being super searchable. How to do taxes and dropshipping. Taxes and dropshipping are two words which are constantly going to be searched. And what happened to this video is basically every single day, it gets an extra like 50 to 100 views for the last year. And this video alone literally gets me 1 or 2 leads every single week for the last year, which is insane. However, this is how YouTube works. If you just post a piece of content, it's gonna market itself forever, and it's literally a passive income. If you have especially a searchable video, it's just gonna keep growing basically for the rest of time until dropshipping dies out or something. And here's another example, which is how to upload a YouTube video. And this is also something which every single person who starts a YouTube channel is gonna search for that on YouTube just to get this click-by-click tutorial. And if you are on the top, you're gonna crush. So if you have a topic which is really searchable and is very specific to one problem, for example, how to create a YouTube channel, or even something like how to get a six-pack, this is something which everybody is gonna search, or best Tinder openers. Same thing in the dating niche. If you have really good searchable titles, they're gonna bring you leads forever after one video posted. So the next one is me reacting to a guy who's documenting his journey about dropshipping on YouTube. And he basically made a video where he shows what he's doing and how he's failing. I reacted to this video because I saw what mistakes he's doing. And what happened here was two things. Number one is I instantly, just making this video, I have the frame of the expert. I'm the dropshipping expert, he's the beginner, and I am in the position to give him advice. Just because I give him advice, people start thinking that I'm legit, especially if my advice actually sounds really good. Let's just take a quick glance here. I'm gonna react to Mickey again. This is a guy who's trying dropshipping for like half a year or so, and he's basically not able to make it work, and I really like him. He's actually doing a great job in documenting the journey before he actually got successful.
When I'm looking for a product, I have a specific criteria that I follow, which is that the product needs to solve a problem, needs to have a wow factor, should be used regularly, it should have good reviews, and I need to get at least $20 in profit.
One example I give within this specific video is just the criteria he has for a good dropshipping product. And I obviously see them and I instantly know they're trash, and I explain why they are trash. And this is something you always have to keep in mind. It's not about this guy, it's about people resonating with the criteria. Everybody's gonna see these criteria: problem solving, wow factor, regular used, good reviews, and at least $20 margins. People in the dropshipping niche are gonna have the same exact criteria because everybody has these criteria and those are the typical ones. However, I come along and I explain everybody why it doesn't work because of these criteria. And then again, what I create is a aha effect. It's like, that's why it didn't make it work. Like 99% of the people in dropshipping niche who watches this content, 99% of people who watch these videos are failing in dropshipping, meaning that they tried, didn't make it work. And then I give them something which they can blame, which is just crucial because now, just because I gave them the reason what to blame, all of a sudden I will also have the solutions. This is what people assume. Even if I don't give the solution here, people will assume I have the solution because I explained what's bad about it. And I do a really interesting thing here, which is not telling the criteria. I'm just saying that these are bad, and the real ones I cannot really reveal because if I would, it would saturate the entire market, and I only can keep that for the people in my mentoring program. And basically I say these are bad, but nothing. Like I don't even give a real solution here, what is good. However, still, people are gonna see me as the expert already. And the other thing which happened here is his video got like a couple 100,000 views. Meaning that his video is something which gets people to watch. People in the dropshipping niche love his content. And this is something which you always need to capitalize on. If you are reacting to a Mr. Beast video, the Mr. Beast video will be shown. And that means that nobody's gonna click away because specifically Mr. Beast has spent like 15 years optimizing everything about this channel. He knows his shit. And I just piggyback ride of somebody who already knows his shit. His content is really, really good. And this guy actually showed his like retention rate on Instagram, and it was completely flat. Everybody who starts watching and watches for like 10 seconds, they watch the entire video, which is insane. And I just come in, watch his video, and everybody also watches my video because they want to see his. So reaction videos are just so powerful if used right. And what's interesting about this guy specifically is I started helping him later on, and he made like 100K in one single month with my help, and he kept documenting the entire journey, and he was mentioning me and how it wasn't working before I started working with him, and then it started to work while I worked with him. And the craziest thing is the only reason why we started to connect is this video, because I DM'd him on Instagram and he didn't see it. However, he saw a copyright claim on his YouTube channel. He saw somebody used my video in his video, and basically if you react to somebody's video, you're posting his video again on YouTube, and YouTube notifies him. And that's a notification which he actually got. And then the end of the video, I was like, yeah, DM me on Instagram if you want to get started with me. And he DM'd me because of that back. So it's a really crazy story. However, it did work out amazing in the end. So the next one is just a must-have. And it's a full breakdown video, like a free course of something. In this case, it was complete TikTok organic dropshipping free course, and it was a 35-minute value-packed video. Like there's no fluff at all. The only things I'm saying here are relevant advice, technical things, like super valuable video, 35 minutes straight of pure value. If you have something like this, it will get organic reach. I can show you here the analytics. The views just do not go down. Every single day, like literally in the last 48 hours, and I posted this a couple of months ago, it got 1,000 views, 500 views per day, to this day, every day. And it's crazy because this is a consistent lead source, again, literally passive income. Like this is gonna get you leads on autopilot for basically ever. I've gotten almost 1,000 subscribers, and it just keeps going up over time, because in the last like 10 days, it's gotten like 100 extra subscribers or so. It's absurd. So this is a must-have for every single YouTube channel out there. All right, so obviously these were just a couple of examples, but the main point I want to make here is you need to have a proper personal brand. And it took me years to actually figure out how to make amazing banger content over and over again. And that's literally the reason why I've created this agency. It's basically a hybrid between coaching and agency, where I'm gonna review every single video you do and basically guide you to a point where you actually will be able to make really good content over and over again. However, also we're gonna have a bunch of done for you things. So for example, we're gonna run all the YouTube ads for you to basically have a pay to win component for your personal brand. And instead of draining your budget on cold ads, you're just gonna run warm ads onto your personal brand and then warm people up and have insanely easy calls all the time. So if you want to actually get started working with us, click the link below, sign up for a call, and we're going to find out if it's a good fit.